chase the moon. Let's go.
3, 2, 1, and we're in!
Let's go, Nick!
Okay guys, first race is a V35. I've moved up a category. With that comes motivation. Join me for this 5k full send. Here is how the start looks.
Go for it, Nick!
Average pace 15:14. Heart rate 71.
Okay, so as you can see, the park is super dark tonight. The race started at 7 p.m. It gets pretty much dark here at 4:30 in the evenings. But there was also a bit of a power failure, so we had less light than usual. I've cut out some sections. I've tried to keep the light bits, but I'll keep you entertained as we go along. As I continue to make these race videos, I'll keep them as informative as possible so that you can pretty much learn as I learn, because we learn from each race. As you can tell, the race vibes are really good out there. There's the lead bike just in front of me. I can't hear anyone behind me. I was hoping there'd be someone in and around me for some extra push, extra competition, but let me put a few things into perspective for you. 5 days prior to this race, I ran Battersea Park Run in 15:16. So tonight I'd really like to break that magical sub 15 and dip under there again. So that pretty much means an average pace of sub 3 per kilometer, and with the metrics on screen, this makes it pretty easy to track. Not so easy to do, that I promise you. Even though we are in race conditions tonight and not park run, sub 15 could be tricky. If I'm going all out, I'm really going to have to get things to click, because as you can tell, it's quite dark. But not just that, it's a super stacked race from the point of view that there's so many participants. The 5k started at 7, the 10k starts at 7:04, so 4 minutes after the 5k. And yeah, that means we're going to have to do lots of weaving second lap, but that's to be expected. So we kind of need to bank a little bit of time early on. As the race goes on to the business end in the latter stages, I'll try to keep a little bit more quiet to give you a feel for what the race was all about. I must just give a shout out to this guy on the bike. He did an incredible job. He tried his absolute best, but it gets super busy around kilometer 3 to 4, and I end up overtaking him at some stages. Boom, kilometer 1, sub 3, and in order to break 15, you need to drop a sub 3 minute kilometer or 3 on the dot and feel really strong for what's to come. Remember, this is my first race as a 35-year-old. I turned 35 3 days before this, and with that comes added motivation. Let's go. I don't really know if you can tell by this video, but it's quite breezy tonight, and I have a bit of a tailwind down the stretch, which is fantastic. But if you look at the map at the top left hand corner, that means I've got a headwind at a later stage. For your reference, I'm currently 75. Well, at this race I was 75. It's been Christmas, so I'm probably 76 or 77 at the moment with a bit of extra indulging, and I'm 6'1" or 186 meters. We fuel hard, train hard, run hard, and well, that's how we roll. It took me 1.3 k's to get just over my threshold heart rate, and well, from here on in it's pretty much zone 5 all the way. Here we go through the second kilometer in 2:58, just what the doctor ordered. We 3 seconds under 15 average pace, so we can do 3 minute k's from here on in, but we know it's going to get super congested in the second half of this race. With 2 k's into this 5k, I'm really believing that sub 15 is on the cards. I'm a V35 on a mission. Here's a quick feel for the vibes out there.
Please keep aside, left or right. Let's keep off the path. We've got a lead when they're coming through. Well done, runners. Let's give them a round of applause.
Okay, so we've turned the corner. We're running into a bit of a head breeze. It's solo city out there for me at the moment. The pace is dropping in the bottom right corner, as you can tell. The margins are super tight, as we know, so we can't afford to lose too much. Here are the fellow runners racing, and I'm just hoping that there's a gap on the right hand side. With the margins being so tight, I'm really hoping for a clear passage through so I can keep the rhythm.
Keep to the left hand side.
Through the halfway mark we go, bang on 15-minute pace, big second half coming up. Come on, the business part, the part that counts. Wowza, just have a look at how busy it gets. Unfortunately, the bike gets stuck behind a bit of traffic on the left there, and well, we become the lead bike for a little bit.
Please stay on the left side of the car, guys. Please 5k runner, keep to the left. The left side of the course. Keep left up there, guys. Keep left. Keep left, please, Whelan. Keep left, please. Stay left on the course, thank you. Stay on the left side of the course, guys. The left side.
As you could hear, the race officials did absolutely everything they could to keep runners on the left hand side, and thanks so much for the efforts they put in for that. I'm reliving this race with you with my mindset that I had when I was racing it. So that stretch that I just went through really dented my momentum. At one stage I looked down at my watch and it said 320 per kilometer. And I've done enough sub 15 minute 5Ks in my life to know that if you're going to be breaking 15 minutes, you can't be losing that much time. Having said that and being slightly deflated at this point, we are going to fight with absolutely all we've got. I'm pulling it back this kilometer and we're going to push all the way to the line. My heart rate max that I've got to this year is 188, so as you can tell with 173, 174 I'm working pretty hard. Okay, so here we go through the third kilometer split in 306. So I pulled it back a little bit that kilometer. Remember, the first one was 259, the second was 258, so we were 3 seconds under. We are now 3 seconds over 15, but we've got a bit of a tailwind. Let's see if we can dip back under. Come on. We've got the lead bike back in front of us. It's pretty open this section, so we've got a nice clear path, but let's not kid ourselves. Kilometer 3 to 4 is always the hardest part on the 5K. Love the amount of Santa hats that were out there. Proper Christmas vibes tonight. But at the moment, I'm not seeing any Santa hats. I'm seeing stars, I'm seeing flames, I'm dodging that dog over there, and I'm thinking, just get to that line as quick as possible. That's the beauty about filming it. I get to see a lot more that I missed in this race situation. I'm even thinking, I'm so competitive right now, that bike that came past me, I want to beat that bike. Come on.
Right on.
One thing I do always hear, no matter how tired I am, is all the support and encouragement that I get from the crowds or fellow runners or boom shakalakas. It really fuels me, so thank you so much to everyone who's ever supported me. So at the moment, I'm really trying to push as hard as I can to get back under sub 15, but I know that I did a lot of damage in the previous kilometer by surging to try and pull it back. Here we go through the fourth kilometer in 308. That kilometer 3 to 4, it's always my arch nemesis. Into the last kilometer we go, and I'm going to not do too much of a voice over this kilometer to give you a real good feel of just how hard I'm working. I've told you this before, but I'll say it again. Remember, the last kilometer never counts, because you can always find something when you can see and smell that finish line. I'm not quite in the shape that I was hoping to be in at this point in time, but that doesn't mean we're giving up. Hell no. My heart rate is in and around 180 beats per minute, and well, let's just say I'm working at my max right now. Come on, one more bend, and then we've got that finish line stretch. I know sub 15's probably off the cards right now, but let's see if I can beat my 15-16 from a few days before this.
Good job. Watch out for the lead runner for the 5K. Let's hold to the left for the 5K runner coming through.
I'm tired, my form is dipping ever so slightly, but I can hear that finish line and it's giving me an extra kick.
We got our 5K lead. Coming through to the finish. He's going to be going to the
Into the finish.
Coming.
Well, mate, great running.
It's incredible how you can find something extra and the pace can ramp up on that final finish line stretch. Just look at that pace.
Great running, Nick. Well done.
Huge congratulations, an impressive time.
Okay, race in the bank. Oh, guys, I'm struggling a little bit. Yeah, I'm just. There was obviously a bit of traffic. It was a bit breezy, but I should be a little bit quicker than that. I just don't feel like I have that spring and pop in my legs. But hey, that's running for you. We keep training, we keep showing up, we keep going. First race is V35. Time to kick on from here. Boom shakalaka. Let's go.